he thinks that transducer evolved and it connects to the consciousness realm. So a lot of people are starting to think that the consciousness is not from the brain. Bro, you know what? I think this is this is true too, because the guy who was missing 90% of his brain was fine. You know what, that guy? Let's do. We were looking at this that night. Remember? So, guy.
Was it the guy that took salvia?
What, is that birth defect or is this
Yeah, I think birth defect. 90% of his brain. Scientists research man missing 90% of his brain who leads a normal life, bro. 90%. What's left? It's like there's an apple. It's like an orange, bro.
Do you have a video of him or?
I don't think so. I think he want to keep his life private. So when a 44-year-old man from France started experiencing weaknesses in his legs, he went to the hospital. That's when doctors told him he was missing most of his brain. The man's skull was full of liquid with just a thin layer of brain tissue left. The condition is known as hydrocephalus. He was living a normal life. He has a family. He works. His IQ was tested at the time of his complaint. This came out to be 84. That's like normal, right?
So let's say slightly below
normal range.
Oh, man, fair enough, but he's still good. Bro, my brother, he got wife. He got kids, man. Shit. my dog, like, he is
What's
smart.
the average IQ?
Let's have a look at that, too. Let's see. I definitely...
What's my IQ?
Average IQ.
Do you want to know? Do you really?
I'll stay
Yeah,
ignorant.
mine's definitely down for sure.
But IQ is not everything.
Average intelligence 85 to 114.
Hey, this guy is borderline mental disability. So wait. So this guy he's 84 in the dot. Damn,
They downplayed it.
He just made the cut.
Imagine he
No,
had the
bro.
rest of his brain.
borderline.
Yeah, imagine he had the rest of the 90%, bro. Damn, right? Look, so what does that tell you, bro? This tell me consciousness is not from the brain. I think
Tells me he's fucking borderline mentally disabled.
hey, my dog got kids, right? Look, a family. He has a family. He works.
Imagine he had 100% of his brain.
That's what we were just saying.
He's a fucking genius, bro.
He's moving things with his brain. Telepathy. Yeah, so look, if consciousness is from the brain, explain this guy.
Well, what if part of the brain is where consciousness is stored?
Look, you know what my theory is? Do you know what I think my theory is? I think we're like a cell phone. We receive consciousness.
We're all connected to a hive mind, bro.
Yeah, no, I think we're all connected to the overall consciousness. And that's what in the Hindu culture is called the Om symbol. So the Om symbol is... Let's have a look at this.
What, the sound that one, like the
Yeah, it actually does. Yeah, it's literally spelled like that too. I'm actually going to get that tattooed on my hands. The Om symbol in Hindu. Hindu.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay, oh shit, I spelled it wrong. Sorry, my bad. The Om symbol symbolizes the universe and the ultimate reality. It is the most important Hindu symbols at the dawn of creation. From emptiness, first emerged a syllable consisting of 3 letters. Om. Wait, what does it mean? It says the primordial sound from which the universe was created. So everything's frequency, right? To a degree, everything is vibrating. So matter is just frequency slowed down. I think I remember like matter is just like energy slowed down, because if you think about it, if E equals mc squared, you divide both side by c squared. Mass is just equal energy over the speed of light. I know we'll go. Let's turn too far, but then like look, even in Hindu culture, they said that we come from like a mother consciousness, a mother frequency, right? And then people think we just tune into it. Our bodies just tune into it, and that goes to the transducer theory, the neurotransduction theory, which is what that Robert Epstein guy talks about. So let's pull his clip up.
Well, it's not just that. It's all the weird stuff. The dreams.
Right.
The daydreams.
Well, there's whatever consciousness is, right? We're really sort of committed to the idea that consciousness lives inside the brain, but that's controversial.
Well, I've concluded that in fact, let me give you some background here. Okay. Everyone knows that evolution has created millions, possibly billions of different species.
Right.
So at least people who kind of give some credence to Darwin kind of get that. And I recently reread, Darwin's magnum opus just to see what he actually said. And, he's actually very tentative about the theory of evolution in his book. He keeps saying, I know this sounds crazy, but it's a better alternative than saying God did it, And then he just, over and over again, he says, I know this is crazy, but. And so we end up with a theory that's pretty widely accepted that says evolution over time, because of changing environments and because there's variability in genetic code, over and over again, it keeps selecting for organisms that can survive in this new environment. And so every time it does that, it kind of creates divergences among those animals, and over time, you end up with two separate species that can't even, produce offspring together. And we end up over time with millions, maybe billions of species. All good. But there's something we haven't really given much thought to. And that is evolution has also created millions, if not billions, of transducers. So this is the beginning of what I call NTT, or neural transduction theory. We are encased in transducers. Now, in case people don't know what a transducer is, there's one right in front of my mouth right now. It's a one-way transducer. It's taking a signal over here, which is just vibrating air, but the vibration has a pattern to it, and it's converting that signal into an electrical signal, which is coming out this wire, and that electrical signal has roughly the same pattern. I say roughly because it depends how good your microphone is. But that's what transducers do. They take signals from one medium, send them to another medium. Our bodies, in fact, the bodies of most organisms, are encased in transducers, head to toe transducers. Okay, we all know the eye is a transducer. It's taking electromagnetic radiation. It's turning it into what? Neural signals. The ear, it's taking vibrating air, it's turning it into neural signals. The nose, it's taking airborne chemicals, turning that into neural signals. The tongue is taking liquid-borne chemicals, turning that into... And then the pièce de résistance is the skin. The skin is an amazing transducer, which does at least 3 different kinds of things. It can transduce temperature, turn that into neural signals, pressure, and texture, head to toe, encased in transducers. Now, what if at some point evolution, in fact, I don't see how this could not happen, what if at some point evolution, possibly using a chemical which I know you have some interest in called DMT, and possibly using a gland called the pineal gland, maybe. What if at some point a baby was born somewhere in Central Africa, maybe 20,000 years ago? We're still trying to pin that down. But what if a baby was born with a special kind of transducer that connected up all the experience it's having with another domain, another universe?
Right. So this guy's like not into that spirituality stuff, right? He's like a coder. So he's the guy that's trying to make a monitoring system for Google. Because Google tracks everything we do. And he's creating something to track Google's movement. And in turn, by making that, it can track how if AI goes off wire before it becomes like, too crazy and all that kind of stuff. So dude, when he said this, I was like, bro, a light bulb switched on me too. I was like, hey, that makes sense, bro. Think about this. So have you guys heard of the stone ape theory?
No.
No?
What's that?
I heard about it,
Yeah, yeah. So the stone ape theory is that monkeys, after the climate got warmer, the monkeys went down, started, and then cows, right? This is why cows are probably worshipped in India, right? I was like, why are cows worshipped in India? So when you look at cow dung, it grows magic mushrooms, right? And they believe, there's a guy who talks about gibbons who eat magic mushrooms in a trip. I'll put that on next. So they believe that after the climate went warmer, the monkeys went down from the trees, and then they found these mushrooms, and they started eating the mushrooms, and then they started tripping. And what happens when you trip? So what I think happens is because when I do this, when I've done LSD myself, what I feel like is like I get really crazy ideas, like thoughts coming from out of nowhere, bro. I don't know where. I don't get these thoughts when I'm sober. When I take this shit, I'm like, damn, where am I getting this shit from, right? That's what I mean. We're receiving these things, like ideas. Where do ideas come from? This fuck come out of nowhere, right? So, these monkeys go down. They eat the shrooms. They trip. They have a more highest level of consciousness because they have a transducer that connects their consciousness to the basic consciousness, right? And what I think LSD and DMT does is it amplifies the signal. So whatever that transducer is, it makes it stronger. So you receive more of the signal from wherever the fuck the thing's coming from, wherever consciousness is coming from, right? It amplifies the signal, and then you elevate to a high level of consciousness. And like you hear throughout all ancient history and all that stuff, that they all fuck with psychedelics. Right, they all use psychedelics to reach a high level of consciousness, right? And then so the Stone Age theory is that monkeys go down, ate the shrooms, started getting smarter, started hunting, right? And then I don't think it's completely just the shrooms. I think they ate meat as well. They started eating like more protein, more better cooked protein. So as the climate gets warmer, right? And then let's say you have more wildfires. Let's say lightning strike hits a bush, hits a dead carcass, hits a meat. It cooks the meat. And let's say by some rare chance, right, the monkey's been taking shrooms and he's like, hey, let's eat the cooked meat. Cooked meat has more nutrients, right? So 2 times, 3 times more nutrients, is it?
Yeah, because it breaks down the proteins and stuff, so your body doesn't have to do so much work
Yeah.
to break it down.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think the theory is that's the theory that
Then we started eating meat and our brains
cooked meat and got
Yeah.
bigger, not this
Yeah,
mushroom
not the
thing.
Stone Age, yeah. But I think 2 things can be true at the same time. I think like we did eat meat, we did trip balls, and then that's how you go from Homo naledi. There's a mad documentary about the Homo naledi, and because the thing is they say what makes humans special is that we mourn the dead, bro. Homo naledi has been around since 400,000 years and older. They found in the cave that these guys were burying their dead, bro. I'm like, okay, so that doesn't even make us. These guys were already smart. They found that these guys were smiling as well. So, what I think, across the entire universe, there's heaps of hominid like creatures like Homo erectus, Neanderthals. There's heaps of them, but not many of them hit the next level of consciousness, right? Not many of them get to that point. And you know what's very interesting, right? So I had to fact check this because I was like, what the fuck, is this real? So the human brain doubled 200,000 years ago, right? About 200, and we don't know why. It just doubled. And this goes into the ancient history stuff, right? So remember I always talk about, look, there's a few theories to how we got here. By natural selection, eating shrooms, just evolved slowly, right? Or we were a product of accelerated evolution.